Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing, I'm going to pronounce this as XV times X, or I guess 150. Now, if you've seen last weekend's puzzle, which was another XV puzzle with negative constraints from NurglesGift, he left a comment, sorry, I say he, I don't actually know that, he or she left a comment in the video recommending that stolen numerals should be the next one that we check out. Really should have actually put that as the title of the thumbnail, not XV times X. But that is the full name. And yeah, numerals are stolen in today's puzzle. I am really intrigued by it. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to go about solving it, but we're going to give it a good go for sure. My plan would be... It's a 2-star difficulty rated puzzle, so technically I should be able to solve this. But regardless, my plan will be that if for whatever reason I struggle after, let's say, about an hour, I'm going to post the video anyway, even if it's incomplete, and potentially solve it after the fact. Right, I'm approaching this with a bit of trepidation, as you can hear. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with Stolen Numerals XV times X by NurglesGift and the following set of rules. So first off, normal Sudoku rules apply. We know that one, place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Nothing unusual about that one. Now, here is the tricky bit. Cells connected by an X must sum up to 10, and cells connected by a V must sum up to 5, and the green dots are either X or V. All X's and V's are given. So this is going to get very tricky. So let's imagine that this green dot is an X and this cell is a 2. Then this cell here would have to be an 8. Let's imagine that this cell here is also a V. Then these two cells have to add up to 5. And then I guess this cell is another X. That would be 7. That's a possible fill for this particular puzzle. Negative constraints do apply because all X's and V's are given. So if I place a 3 in here, I've broken the puzzle because these two cells add up to 5 and there is no green dot between them. If I place a 7 in here, I've still broken the puzzle because these two cells add up to 10 and there is no green dot between them. So keep that in mind. And then last but not least, we've got digits inside a cage cannot be orthogonally adjacent with any consecutive digit. So if this cell is a 5, for example, all of the following orthogonally connected cells cannot be 4 or 6 because they would be consecutive with the 5. And that's all the rules we have for today. So we're familiar with these XVs, but we've never had the numerals stolen. So you know what to do. If you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So I admit these cells, I'm going to highlight a few. And these cells, I think, are forced to be low digits. Potentially so is this cell. Let me explain how I'm thinking about this. So with my fill that I did earlier, I'm kind of struggling to see how this digit could be a high digit. But let's give it a go. If that's 8, well, the two surrounding cells, for a high digit, that's maybe the better way to think about it. A high digit can only ever be connected by an X. So any cell, yeah, I think that's a true statement. Any cell that has two green cells, two green dots connecting to it, and the two cells see one another, meaning they have to be different digits, it would have to be a low digit. Because if that's high, well, that means that both of these are X's, and then I'm going to repeat the 2. However, if I have a low digit, then I can get away with it. But obviously this would have to be the other low because that would be the 3, that would be the 8. So if I basically look around for every cell that has two green dots connecting to it with cells that cannot be the same because they are either in the same row, column, or box, then I know that this cell is going to be a low digit. So let's give this a go. Give this a go, give this a go. This is probably another one, yeah. That's another one. You see, this doesn't work because this cell Could have both of these being the same. These are definitely high digits. This is another one. These have to be high digits. Fairly sure they do, because essentially it's either both blue, in which case both of these are, yeah, they're both red. Then essentially I have another one that's entirely low. No, I have both of these being different like mixes. Okay, so it's time to split up the blue and green, I think, but I'm just gonna double check that I have got these correct. I haven't missed anything else. And I think the answer to that, yeah, that doesn't work. Same mistake. They're in different boxes, so they could actually be the same digit. Okay, I may spot others later. Doesn't matter for now. I think that's good enough. Let's think about what this is telling us. And I think I've got this. So let's pick at random one that's going to be blue and one that's going to be green. I'm going to use that throughout. So if this is blue, and let's say blue is 1, 4, this cannot be 1, 4. This would have to be 2, 3. So I know that these two cells are going to be green. Two greens are looking at this cell. This would have to be blue. One of these, because it can't be a double red, can't have like, let's 3 with the double 7. One of these has to be blue. So essentially I have like a blue-red flash, two blues in here. That can't be blue. That's got to be green. And then down here, because again, the reds can never sort of join up. That would add up to 15. So, well, not always, but it could be. So this is going to have to be red-green because I don't have blue available. And obviously I don't have blue available. And this is going to be another red-green. Because I have one green in here, that can't be green. So that's blue. And that's our first digit. That was a 5. That could have spotted that ages ago if I wanted to. And this is another green-red. This has to be green-red because we've used up our two blues. So green-red in here. Can't have the greens next to one another, so that's not the green, that's red. Don't know anything about these. Nothing. That can't be green. So one of these is red, one of these is green. And obviously if I had the green in here, I'd have 2 greens, 3 greens. That's going to break the puzzle. That's red. Obviously this is red as well because we've got the 5. That's green. That can't be green next to it. And that's green, that's red. I've got my 2 greens in here and I can't have a second blue. So that's, whoa. That's 5. Because these are 2 blues. In fact, yeah, green, 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 green. That's 5. Don't know how I missed that earlier. That has to be red because we've got everything else. We've got the 5, we've got the 2 blues, we've got the 2 greens. I need a 5 in here and a red. That has to be the, sorry, 2 reds. That has to be red because it's not the 5 on a green dot. That can't be green. That would have to be blue. Double green means that this is going to be blue. That can't be blue. One of them is blue, one of them is red. So that's got to be the red one because I've already got the second blue and that's the second blue. And then one of these is a 5 with a red. It's a fantastic puzzle so far. I'm enjoying it. Can I do more? Kind of struggling to do more, if I'm honest. Like, I'm going to color these for a second, something, like, I don't know, black, just to say I need to come back to these because they're interesting, even if I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's time for letters. So you've seen me do this before. Just think of it as algebra. As long as my substitutions are consistent, really doesn't matter what I place in here. So that says A, D, F, I. Let's go with B and H. Let's go with C over here. B, H, G. No, B, excuse me. H, G. That would have to be C. That would have to be B. This would have to be H. Not helpful. So this is F or I. This is also F or I because it's connected to blue. And essentially one of these is F or I, and then the second one is in here. So these two cells are actually known. They're 5 and G, which makes sense. This is AD, and this is F or I. Let's think about this. If this is blue, this is blue. This is the Fi that's connected to this blue, and then therefore this will be the Fi that's connected to this blue. So that can't be blue, otherwise I'm in trouble. And therefore these are AD, and this is Fi. AD again, Fi again, AD again. I may actually need to use more colors than I normally would, because you can see, for example, that these two cells are different. I just can't figure out what they are. If they are the same, then there would have to be a green dot between them here. This is CG, and this is another Fi, which again has to be different for the exact same reason and logic. And this is CG in here. Yeah, you can tell that already that these are key. It's just I haven't got a clue. So this cell cannot be blue. We know that. Let me do actually something here. I think I am going to use extra colors. So let's do this. This AD is going to be purple. This one is going to be orange. That can't be the orange AD, otherwise it would be a green dot. So this is the purple AD. This is the orange AD. That is connected. So this is orange. This is purple. This is purple. Therefore, this is orange. This is orange. Purple. Purple. Orange. Has to be the opposite one. So this is orange. Orange. Purple. So far, all good. Now, the question I wanted to answer, which is not very helpful actually, is whether this could be belonging to the blue group. And whilst I can see both blues and the purple Fi, I am not seeing the orange Fi. So this can actually be the orange Fi. It could also be CB. That's the two options, because that cannot be B and H because this cell is not BH. It can't be CG because that would give me 3 in row 1. And it can't be anything else. So it's actually like superbly restricted. As incredible as that sounds. So I said it could be the orange Fi, or it could be B and C. Yes. And if it's the orange Fi, this would be the orange AD. And the orange, sorry, and if it's C, can't be B, so it would have to be G. Starting to feel very unlikely. I mean, how are you going to disambiguate these? But admittedly, this could help. And if it's the orange AD, because the orange Fi is not available, it would have to be the purple AD. Wow. Not tricky at all, this, huh? So this is either red, no, sorry, B, that's green, or a purple red, and this is a purple blue or green, and this is either red or a, what did I do here? I said purple blue, didn't I? Yeah, it has to be purple because that's not purple, that's orange, excuse me. Therefore, this would have to be orange, and this would have to be purple. Right, that's correct now. Interesting. Right, so what are these two cells? We know that they are, and I should have done this one first, because it can't use blue, can't be C and G. So it's either B and H, or it's B and C. And if it's B and H, that would be the B, that would be the H. Or alternatively, it's BC. BH or BC. Interesting. And I'm going to color these right. What is that telling me? This is also green. Can't be blue. Got two blues. So this is another green. As in green-red. This is getting very tricky now. And green reds can only ever be connected to green reds. So I've got two green reds, which can't be two greens. There is a definite red in here. And therefore, because we've got one green, we've got the second green, that can't be green. And therefore, this is the not green. And I can remove B and C from here, and I actually know what these are. And therefore, I know what this is. That's AD, and it's the purple AD. Wow, not tricky at all, huh? Because this is the green one, why is this green? Can't be G. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. The H is in this side. It can't be G because that would be C, and then that would require 3. And it can't be H. So this is green. And then the question whether this is green or red. If it's green, that would be red, and would have to be a different red from that green. And if it's green, sorry, if it's red, that could still be the opposite green. Yeah, I'm not helping myself here. I'm going to have to think about it a bit more. We know that this is CG. Let's just not complicate this. This is B and H. This is CG. I need a 5 and an F and I. We'll come back to that, but this is CG. Now the challenge in here is that the C could be connected to B as well. So technically this is BCG. Because I could go CG, GC, and CB. And of course, I actually know where the Fi is. This is Fi, just Sudoku, and therefore this is another 5. Which is quite helpful now to start narrowing down options, but not quite enough. Now, can this be green? No, because it would require, it can't be B and H, it can't be C and B. It would require essentially 3 CGs. So this is definitely blue, and it's not a double blue, it's a blue-red. And we know it's the orange-blue-red, and the blue, sorry, orange is in here, and this is the orange-red. So this is, it'll be so good to be able to actually disambiguate some of these soon. Like, it'll be nice to be able to link some of these so I can, you know, move on with my life kind of thing. Then I need to have a C somewhere, which is either, it can't be in here, can't be there, that's C, that's G, that's C, none of these could be C anymore, so that's B, that's H. Wow. And then I need another AD, which can't be in here. So this is the AD, the purple AD. And this is G. So we've used both blues in here. This is green. And in fact, it said double green. I say that because I haven't placed B and C anywhere. Technically, I could put one up there, only one of them in here because there's an H as well. B and H cannot be this cell. So this is definitely C. And because I can't have G, this is definitely B. And this is my H. Right. And that will hopefully disambiguate a few things in here. Yes, it does. These three cells are kind of known. So there's a purple Fi, which is not helpful. It's not here. And it can't be there next to this one. So that's the purple Fi. Then I need an orange Fi, which can't be this cell. So that's the orange Fi. And therefore, this is my 5. One of these cells is a 5. No clue. What is my remaining digit? It's a G, which can't be next to the C, is here, and that's 5. Which helps disambiguate this 5 and G down here. Then no 5s, no 5s in one of these two cells. We'll think about what that means in a second. So far, 5 is next to C, 5 is next to B, which tells me that C and B are the 2-3 pair, because if they are the 1-4 pair, one of them would be a 4 and one of them would be consecutive with a 5. So, helpful. Let's see where we take this next. In here, I've got the blues done. I've got the greens done. These are 2 reds that are G and H. And that's disambiguated as such. Then I'm done with the blues. I'm done with the green reds. I need a C somewhere in here, which is one of these two cells. I'm going to pencil mark fully rather than corner pencil mark. Then FIs, isn't it? And then the purple FI can only be in here. The orange Fi can't be next to the AD, the orange AD, so this is the orange Fi. And therefore this is C, and this is green. And then these cells, I need a purple AD, which can't be in here next to this, can't be there. That's the purple AD. Then I need a 5 and a B, and the B can't be next to C. That's B, that's 5. We're getting somewhere. I need an orange Fi, which, yeah, I don't know how to place yet. So my options for this dot, there you go. So it can't be HB because H is not available. It can't be CG because it would create 3 in the column. And of course it can't be anything to do with blue. So this is a double green that I can immediately disambiguate with B and C, which gives me G and C. And a bunch of things I should be able to fill in. I need an orange Fi, which I still don't know where to place. And I need an H. Don't know anything. Right, I should be able to just write in whatever these are, though. Come on. Orange. I made a mistake. No, not orange Fi. So blues are done. I've got 4 of them. H is done. So it's got to be G. Done, 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 done. Oh, it's 5. And then it was the Fi and H, which I don't know how to place yet. The kind of the thing that surprised me is I was genuinely expecting that something will come along and help me disambiguate these somewhere along the way. You know, connect these cells, and It just hasn't come along, unless obviously it's these two cells, and I need to think about it in a second. B can only be in here. A has to be one of these three cells. D has to be, D is not here. There you go. That's D, which tells me everything that I need to know. Fantastic. That's not A. That's not A. That's A. A, B, C, D is done. 5 is somewhere in here. This cell, actually, yeah, this is just 5. There you go. May as well color. And then I need a purple Fi and the H. H can't be next to this B, that's H. And sorry, I got the wrong color here. And this is purple Fi. Why did I do that? Purple, orange, purple, red Fi. And then that's got to be I. That's F. So this is the H. And this is the Fi. Purple Fi. And obviously we can disambiguate these, and then we'll come back and figure out what's what in a second. Is that everything colored? Yes, it is. Right. D, A, D, F, I, F, A. Yeah. F, D, I, A, D, F, I, D, A, D, F, I, A, D, F, I, A, D, I, F. And it's not complaining about anything I've done so far, which is excellent. Right. So remember what I said earlier. The 5 is consecutive with A, B, actually, and C. No, it doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. It's only here that matters. So ignore what I said earlier. Oh, that's such a shame. So let's try this. So the 4, because it's neither of these, is C or D. We'll remember that. Now, if it's D, is the 4, F would be the 6, and then it'll be consecutive with the 5, and I've broken everything. So the 4 has to be the C. And that's going to be our answer. It is the C, isn't it? 4, 3, no, it's 1, excuse me. C was 4, wasn't it? C was 4, yes. Therefore, G is 6, H is 9, and then F is 7 or 8. Can't be 8 next to the 9, it's 7. Therefore, the D is 3, the A is 2, and then the I's are 8, and that's the solution for today's puzzle. What an absolute stunner, NurglesGift. Thank you so much for recommending it. It was absolutely joyful to solve this particular puzzle. I admit, I mean, like, given the introduction, you've heard me say it, I wasn't actually expecting such a smooth solve, and to be able to sort of solve it fairly logically in 25 minutes. Fantastic construction. Hope you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and I'll see you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.